All right, so now that we have our trade in there, that can go and do whatever it's got to do. All right, so let's get back to this system, right? So now part of this system is using the indicators. We don't need tops and bottoms. We just need the indicators to tell us when to buy and sell. So for instance, how that article was talking about Bitcoin liquidations and all that. So if you go down here, we have what's called a 45-minute trade zone, right? And you can see here when on the 45-minute time frame, when it tells you to sell, you sell. When it tells you to buy, you buy. Imagine just sitting around getting an email that's telling you, I'll show you how this works. I'll line this up for you. Imagine getting an email saying, hey, there's a buy signal on this candle. Okay, there's the buy signal. Comes up on this candle here. Now you can see the buy signal is one candle earlier, but you have to understand that when it hits, it's because the next candle actually came in. So there's a one candle delay. So on the next candle, you can see that we have a buy zone at that level right there. So that creates something of a 66,777 buy zone. And then there's a very simple formula. You can see here that our formula is to make percentages, right? And if you don't know what percentages are, we have a complete course that actually explains the concept. So you can see that this move here ends up generating a 2.95% move, right? And what that means to you is that this coin moved to almost 3% on one move, right? You can see here is almost a 3% move. All right, and that's what you have to focus on, this 2.95% move from A to B, right? And that's really what we're looking at. Now, what does that mean for you, right? Well, what it means is this, that when this alert goes off, there's an average percent that is moved on a call, like from this point here to this point here. There's an average percent move, right? The average percent move is 3%. Now, you don't want to put all the risk on trying to get the bottom to the top, right? Because most people are trying to get to where they time this bottom, and then they're trying to figure out where the support or resistance is on here, right? So this is what I mean. This is the whole pie, right? So on the whole pie, if you're targeting top to bottom and you were the greatest trader in the world, there's a 5% move in there, right? So what we do is we say, hey, we just want indicators that tell us when things are safe to actually buy. And then we want a average return of 3%, which we then micro down to a 1% window, right? So basically 1/3 of the possibility. Now, what does it mean by 1/3 of the possibility? So this 1% right here, this small little section, right, this green area right here, this is the possibility of a 1/3% move, right? So this area right here, you see that all that green right there? That is a 1% move, right? And the reason why we do that is because we don't want to go for grand slams. We want to go for base hits, okay? So when you have a base hit, all you want to do is hit singles, right? Because if you hit enough singles, you will score a lot of runs. And if you score a lot of runs, this will put you in a situation where you are winning the ball game, okay? So once we have this formula set up and we realize that we're basing it on what's called the law of average, the law of average is simply if you flip a coin 10 times, it will land on heads 7 and tails 3, and that's the law of average, because if you keep doing it and taking accountability of your scenario, that's the average. So we have what's called a 10 trade review. So when you hop in the Discord, we have a area here set up for this trading course. And let's see here, and a little section here. So you can see here we have our setup, we have our free chat, our free everything, and there's a section in here when you do a trade. It's called 10 trade review. So when you go into 10 trade review, you can see the guys are posting their trades.